afternoon YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If in fact you are actually returning to my channel, you may have never been here before, in which case I ought to introduce myself. My name is Sifi, I am a personal trainer and nutritional coach, and I work both online with my clients and with my clients in Windsor, England. You know, the castle with the Queen, that one. It's been a while since I've taken you all into the gym, and I love doing gym workouts with you. So I thought I would share with you one of my training programs. I'm lying, it's not my own training program, it's just the program that I'm doing currently, and I bought somebody else's programming. Why, you might ask? Aren't I a coach? Shouldn't I be writing my own program? And yes, you're right. But yesterday, I sat down in a coffee shop at 10 o'clock in the morning and I didn't look up again until 5:05 in the afternoon, not realising the time because all I had done all day long was programming, program after program after program. Sometimes when it comes to myself, it's quite good to get a fresh pair of eyes slapped on the project that is trying to meet my goals. Basically, I want to be a bodybuilder. Well, I am a bodybuilder, but I want to look like one now. After a year of watching one particular YouTuber that I would buy her program, Stephanie Buttermore. I love her. I love her. If you don't know who Stephanie Buttermore is, let me enlighten you. She is a goddess, an angel, like literally fallen from the skies. I love this woman. Firstly, she's a bodybuilder, so respect, I love women bodybuilders. Secondly, she's just got her PhD in cancer research. She has been working on a particular protein that should be a marker, an early indicator of people with ovarian cancer. She's been doing this. My mum, God bless her soul, died of ovarian cancer about 15 years ago. So, thirdly, she also looks after her sick mother. I know what it's like to be a carer for a parent. I also care for my parent, the dad, the parent that's left, who has got Alzheimer's, so I know how hard it is to fit all of life in and an elderly parent. Every time I learn more about her, my respect level just goes. She seems to be stepping away from the world of academia and is stepping much more into the world of fitness and bringing science back into fitness, which I love because there is so much pseudoscience when it comes to the fitness industry. The fitness industry is absolutely rife with just people who don't know what they're talking about. Oh, and she looks like this. She teamed up with her boyfriend. He is also somebody who's really into the science of nutrition, the science of sport, the science of health and fitness. And this power couple have come together to make a women's specialization program. And I wanted to try it out. I don't need to be jealous because I'm part of a fit couple myself. Take your shirt off. This workout that I'm about to show you is from phase 1, which is 6 days a week, man, which was really hard because, you know, mama's got a business that she's trying to run and a baby she's trying to raise. So 6 times a week in the gym was a little tricky, but once I make a promise to myself, I stick to it because I do not break promises to myself. Workout, which I'm going to share with you today, was not a killer. It's kind of like a bit more of a deload type day because I tell you what, I was dying. I wanted to show you one of the more harder programs so I could like show off my strength and prowess, but if you knew how hard it was to set up camera stations in a public gym, then you would understand why I didn't want to do it again. Stephanie! So, we're just going to go into the workout. I haven't worked out if I'm going to do a voiceover because I'm filming this before, but anyway, let's just go into the workout. I'll see you in the workout. Okay, see you in a bit. Really, haven't I? I probably also should not have eaten a lot of cauliflower for training legs. Welcome to the voiceover. Just to reiterate, this is program 4 of phase 1, and luckily one of what I would call the easier days. It was far more focused on higher reps, whereas the other 3 leg days and glute days were a little bit heavier. I'll also mention that I did recruit my client Andy to film this workout for me, and he decided, glorious idea, to rip the piss out of me nearly every moment of the workout. Something about getting his own back, or something like that. The first exercise of the session is deficit Bulgarian split squats. Try very hard to stay shin vertical, especially if you have any knee pains. You want to keep the legs straight and not let your knee dip in or out. You want to drive your heel into the bench on your front foot and squeeze your glute as you return to standing, and be careful not to hitch with your arms or plant forward through your upper body. There's no real supersets in this program. Everything is just one exercise focused at a time. And for this exercise, I did 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. I think it's the indignity of getting out of it. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to Smith machine hip thrust. I use the Smith machine for the purpose of doing this program exactly, but I really don't like using the Smith machine for hip thrust. I just can't get my position spot on, and therefore my glutes don't fire up as well. I must point out that I am pretty lordotic. In simple terms, I have a sticky out bum, which can make me look like I'm biting into my back when I'm doing certain hip hinges exercises, but I'm not. I always work a little bit lighter with doing Smith hip thrust, so I can really focus on getting a strong glute contraction right through up into full hip extension.
It's quite good this, because it's like, yeah, now you know how I feel.
Do you know what? Because this is so far, this is lower body 3, and I have done so many hip thrusts, glute thrusts, lunges, deadlifts, sumo deadlifts, stiff leg deadlifts. I tend to keep my toes off the floor, or don't press into the floor at all, so as to absolutely focus on heel drive. I also turn my toes ever so slightly out. You'll notice I'm actually using quite a low bench than what is considered conventional, but I really urge my clients to really think about your positioning, how high you want your bench to be, your feet, where you want your stance to be, so you can get the best use out of your exercises. Always spend time playing around with movement until it works for you. I did 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. The next exercise is a body weight reverse hyperextension. Now, we don't have a reverse hyperextension at any gym that I frequent, which is a shame because they are so cool for getting a huge glute pump on. So if you don't want to have one either, then you can do this. Just use a normal bench. The thing most of my clients complain about when doing these variations is it makes them feel sick, but it's a bit like one of those things. You're putting the entire pressure of your body through your abs on a bench. So you want to brace like mad. Okay, right, 15 to 20. I didn't do enough.
No.
Make sure you're really planting yourself into the bench, holding onto the front, and then you want to extend your hips by kicking your legs up and back. It can be a little bit easy to hyperextend and borrow movement from your lower back in this exercise, so you really want to stop short of your full range of motion to keep the burn on your bum. And we did 3 sets of 15 to 20 of this exercise. I then moved on to 45-degree hyperextension. Now, although this is called a back extension machine, it really isn't for what the name implies. The last thing the majority of people need when they come to the gym is to work on hyperextending their lower back. The goal is to actually minimize movement at the lower back and maximize movement through your hips. The goal is to actually create hip extension, not back extension. You can weight up this exercise. I'll show you 2 variations here, one where you're holding your hands lower and one where you're holding the weight at chest height. You also want to totally round your upper back. This helps you to create a posterior pelvic tilt and will help minimize movement in the lower back and maximize motion at the hips. And we did this for 3 sets of 12 to 15. I don't know why I keep on saying we, it's weird. The final exercise is banded seat hip adduction. Now, clearly my little arse cheeks hadn't had enough by now and I needed another glute exercise. This movement completely gets the glutes medius and the glutes minimus, which, unless you're doing a lot of adduction work, they can get ignored quite a lot. I play around with my feet positioning because if it's not just right, then this movement doesn't touch the sides for me. I tend to sit either dead upright or slightly forward with my knees bent, and I really try and keep the focus on my glutes as I push out hard against the band. I was actually attempting to pause at the top of the contraction, but I wasn't managing it very well because I was tired, and I did 3 working sets of 25 to 30. Just taking from there. So, and we're holding that for 15 seconds. Well, they do Pilates, they do that, don't they? There's not very much in the way of traditional ab work in the Specialization program, but there is so much in the way of squatting, deadlifting, thrusting that it really doesn't matter because all those exercises are just huge for ab bracing and core strengthening.
So it's your workout, I'll do the easy one, I'll get you to do the difficult one.
Yes, do it. So from here, that's it, and then you can go, and you can go down like so. There are lots of ways to progress or regress this exercise. For the full progression, you actually want to reach your arms up and back behind your head, but today Andy and I just did it with our arms by our side. You want to contract your abs and find the lowest position that you can hold without your arms or feet touching the floor. And we did 3 sets of 15 seconds. Well, it was meant to be 15 seconds, but Andy and I got a bit competitive with each other, so we kind of held it for a rather long time. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I am certainly enjoying doing Stephanie's program and I'm loving even more being in phase 2 now. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed my video, leave me a comment below if you try the workout, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to join my teeny tiny tribe of subscribers.
Yeah.